A heartbreaking tragedy has shaken both India and the United Kingdom as a Gatwick-bound Air India flight crashed shortly after taking off from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, killing most of the 242 people on board. But in the middle of the horror, there is one extraordinary story of survival. That of 40 years old Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, a British citizen of Indian origin who now lies in a hospital bed, alive but badly injured. Vishwas has been living in London for past 20 years with his wife and a young child. He was visiting India and had boarded the Air India Boeing 787 Dreamliner to return home. But just minutes after the flight took off from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, it crashed and exploded into flames. Among the passengers were 169 Indians and 52 British nationals, 7 Portuguese and 1 Canadian, making it a deeply international flight. Vishwas, who was seated near the middle of the plane, do have injuries. In an emotional account from his hospital bed at Civil Hospital in Ahmedabad, he shared that when he regained consciousness after the crash, he found himself surrounded by burning wreckage and lifeless bodies. Scared and confused, he got up and ran until bystanders spotted him and rushed him to safety in an ambulance. Sadly, Vishwas' brother Ajay, who was on the same flight but seated in another row, is still missing. The family back in London is desperately hoping for news, hearing the worst but clinging to hope. The crash has sparked deep grief and shock, specifically in the United Kingdom, where many families had relatives on the flight. British nationals were among those who died, and officials from the United Kingdom High Commission in India are now working with Indian authorities to identify the bodies and assist the affected families. At the civil hospital in Ahmedabad, distraught relatives continue to arrive, hoping to identify their loved ones and get answers. Because many bodies are not in a condition that can be recognized, DNA tests are being used for identification. The hospital is under strict security, specifically during the expected visit from Indian Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. For now, Vishwas remains the only known survivor. His story is being seen as nothing short of a miracle, but his recovery, both physically and emotionally, will take some time. In the UK, members of the Indian community are expressing support and solidarity, offering help to those who lost their family members in the crash. Well, this tragedy has left a mark on both the nations, highlighting not only the pain of the loss, but also the power of survival. Vishwas' story reminds us that in the darkest moment, even a spark of life can bring hope.